Reciprocity, citizen.
Howdy, hello, and welcome. And I have some guests because I normally don't do reviews that much. And we have Nicky or Nicky Nicky, I don't know which one she wants me to say, and Xwing, who both were nice enough to be on my 1K stream. So thanks for coming to do a spoiler review of Avatar, The Way of Water. I have a whale hat on because this is all about whales.
Yes.
Pretty much, and green people.
The best.
Are they teal? Are they teal people?
Depends.
I don't know. Like
I don't see color. You know what I mean?
You don't see color?
Yeah.
Would that mean? Wait a minute. If you don't see color, wouldn't that just be white? Then that's the absence of all color.
Come on.
Anyways.
All right. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Since there's probably some people that don't know who you guys are, and
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think
I hate doing that stuff. I feel so.
All right. Well, let's just talk about the movie then. Let's just talk about it and say hi to some of the people in the cast because I see Theme Park Casual popping in. Hope you're having a wonderful holiday if you're on break yet or not. I don't know. It seems like everyone has different break schedules. If you hear young kids, my brother and his kids are down and they're annoying. Help me. And what's up? The Beam Pad. I don't know if we're all park people. I guess Nicky is a little bit. Xwing has been to the parks.
He wishes.
So, what?
I don't. I've been to Disneyland Paris, Disneyland, and Disney World all within the last year. I feel like I'm pretty parky right now.
You feel like you're pretty parky. You have definitely been extremely hopping if you think of that about it that way.
Hop in the world.
And actually, it does tie into the channel because scenes from Avatar, The Way of Water, actually exist inside of Flight of Passage. So there are actual landmarks in the movie. So it works for theme parks. Whatever. Let's talk about the movie.
Oh, Melvin's
Knights
here.
of Melvin?
Yes.
Bro. Get out of here with
First
that.
time Knights of Melvin.
Xwing is an Avatar chill for sure. Avatar.
I'm a massive Avatar
Welcome
show.
to the channel, Knights of Melvin. First time chatter.
No shame in my game.
All right. So I'm going to start off by saying I don't think it was as good as the first one.
Wow, I don't swinging.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I think one, I'm a huge fan for Hero's Journey, like that type of story and the fish out of water trope. Like those two things are like my bread and butter for fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And Xwing sounds plenty parky. I've never heard plenty parky. That's a different one.
It's really hard to keep it like family friendly. I've just stopped myself from so many jokes right now. But continue.
PG-13. Does that
trying.
work?
Yes, I'm trying. I'm good.
At least give me like 10 minutes, and then at 10 minutes you can go a little darker.
You're good. Keep going.
All right. So let's start with you, Nicky, in terms of like just general feel of the film, and then we'll go dive deeper into this watery abyss.
I only saw the first one once in theaters when it came out. I didn't hate it. It was just like, okay, cool. That was cool. I can't even remember if I saw it in 3D, but before I saw this one, I did like things you missed from the first one to kind of like refresh my memory. I mean, I enjoyed this one. If you're not going for like a full-blown like philosophical story, you won't be disappointed because the visuals just completely take over everything. It's like a sensory overload, but I liked it. It wasn't like amazing, but I enjoyed it. It's too long.
All right, Xwing, your thoughts?
You say you enjoyed it, but it was too long?
All right.
Yes.
Innuendos are completely fair on this channel.
I'm just getting my facts clear. That's all I'm doing. Oh, man. I don't even know where to start. I guess I'll try to keep it pretty brief. But, yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. I know that Mrs. Xwing had an amazing time. She was crying in the movie theater, which is great because she's incapable of showing emotions. So that was really
cool. God, calling her out like that.
No, I really enjoyed it. You know, the big complaint, I think, is that the story is super conventional. That's what a lot of people say. They're like, dude, it's a conventional story. It's so boring. But like, I miss that. I really miss that from movies. And to be honest with you, to see like a strong father figure, to have those conventional story elements, like don't reinvent the wheel. The last time I went to a movie in a movie theater and somebody subverted my expectations, it hasn't gone well since then. So like, fine, give me a conventional story.
I agree that I do like the simplicity of the story. I will say I agree with the length. I think there's a couple of shots that James Cameron did just to be like, ooh, look, this is pretty. Like some shots have like maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes longer than they needed to be in terms of establishing what he wanted to establish. That's just personal. I don't think it was that bad the lengthwise. My only thing was and we're just gonna go all over the place. My only thing is I wanted my Taruk Maktal moment. I wanted the moment for Noak to come in and be fully accepted by the Miteina. Is that right?
I don't know names, so I'm gonna be very lost when you guys start getting real technical.
The water people, the green ones.
Gotcha.
Metkayan.
The ones with the wide fins.
I think it was Metkayan.
Metkayan? Okay.
Yeah.
So like I was hoping that him and Baikan, the toucan, the outcast, or Tuacan. It sounds so much similar to the whole Black Panther Wakanda Forever thing. They're like picking names too close to each other. But I was expecting a little bit more from that bonding.
Metkaina.
Metkaina? Yeah. Okay. I was expecting a little bit more from that bonding, just like the same way you had Taruk and Sully sort of when they came in, they equaled out to this. And that's where you did get your expectations subverted, because when Loak came to the Metkaina, he was sort of just shunned. You would think it would be a similar thing. And that was the only subversion of expectations in terms of story beats that I saw. Like, oh, okay, so he's just still an outcast. Like in terms of,
I'm sorry, but I was super triggered at that whaling scene. Like I was.
I didn't like it either.
I was so pissed off. I was this close to just like getting up and walking away. I was triggered.
Wait, why?
Because I love animals, even if they're fake. I
don't care.
Oh,
you were triggered like, oh, this sucks. Me too, man.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it. I don't care if it's fake. I just can't do it.
Yeah, it served its purpose. That was his messaging there.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't mind that type of. I mean, it's Star Trek 4 has the same messaging. You know, don't over.
It's not about the messaging for me. It's whatever. I mean, I expected a messaging. I'm just talking about like it was distressing watching that. I was just freaking mad.
I feel like the messaging wasn't even deep in that movie. Like it's not deep, dude. It's all super surface level. Like, hey, don't be a jerk to nature. Like,
okay. I mean, even if you're religious, it's biblical too. Like, be stewards of the earth. So it's nothing. Out of the ordinary. So whatever.
That was the only thing where I warned, because my brother went to go see it today, and I'm like, I don't think your kids are gonna like that part. Like they're gonna get upset. Like I don't think this is something for younger children, because it is graphic. I don't
make them watch.
Make them watch. What is it, like Bambi all over again?
Dude, I'm just saying, like you got to think about this stuff, man.
Yeah. I will say the water, like the effects for the water scenes were breathtaking. It's gonna make the Little Mermaid look terrible. Like you're not gonna be able to.
Oh, that's why it's gonna be. Okay.
Yeah, that's the reason.
What's up, Dawn?
Oh, hey, Dawn. What's up? Hope it's not too cold up there. Yeah,
oh, yeah, she's frozen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone's probably frozen. Now I bounce. Thank you. Hope you hit the thumbs up on the way.
Did you guys The Northman? Do you remember the movie The Northman?
I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
With Alex Skarsgård, right?
Yeah. Do you remember anybody complaining about that story?
I don't remember anyone talking about it.
To be honest, yes. There was a few like.
All right. What was the complaint though? Did you ever hear? Oh my God, it's a rehash story.
Oh no.
I will say.
Do you know what that movie is? It's The Lion King.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It is The Lion King.
The exact same movie as The Lion King. I didn't hear a single person be like, "Oh, we're doing
Hamlet or
Dances with Vikings again," or like Lion Viking. Nobody said that. So I think.
Wait, hold on. The Norseman is like Lion King.
Yeah, he comes back to kill his uncle.
The Lion King. Yeah,
it is
the same story.
The only difference is they have the weird Anna Taylor-Joy or whatever be a weird witch lady, and I don't think Nala did anything that much in.
It's a great movie.
She did.
I don't mind rehashing old stories told in different ways, because the stories that have been told are the only good stories that anybody can tell. Because the new stuff that we're getting, look, I'm not going to get ranty, but I get the gist of what I'm saying here.
I will say this: the villain, Quidditch Corch, whatever his name is, I I thought I was gonna be like annoyed by him because essentially it's just a revenge kind of thing with him. But I really liked his character in this one.
I think he was better in this than he was on the first one because having Spider Miles.
I don't like Spider too much. I will say that.
I don't. Oh no, he was the weakest. Him and the younger daughter.
You mean Sigourney Weaver Jr.? She is so creepy. I can't with that character. Like every time she's talking, I'm like, stop it, stop it right now.
I was confused because I was looking up the cast and I didn't realize that like the younger Loak was played by a girl. Which confused me.
I didn't know till after that Kate Winslet was.
I didn't know that she was. I knew Curtis, what is his name? Cliff Curtis was the lead chieftain, or for the. Like I could tell right away with the voice. I'm like, oh, I know you.
Yeah, and Kathy Woods was real mad that Kate Winslet was in that movie.
Why is that?
Because it's.
Oh wait, that's the name of that lady.
Yeah, that's.
I'm here. Who cares about her?
Yeah. I actually think for the most part, the older children, minus like Sigourney Weaver, the two actual Sully, like the two elder
bros,
were actually really cast well. Like they played so well off each other. You had that like sibling, younger, older brother dynamic really down well. I kind of didn't need like the other kids. Like you could tell that the youngest one was just there to be a trap. Like it's just there to be like, oh, I'm someone captured. Come save me.
They were fine. I just hated the whole bros thing like a million times, over and over. Always calling each other bro. Hey, bro. Yo, bro.
Well, it's Sully's. It's Sully, right? Like Sully was a jarhead.
Yeah, but all right. It's like, okay, look at these blue fictional characters saying bro every 2 seconds. Like, all right, chill out.
What are your thoughts about them switching, sort of like in Hunt for Red October, as soon as they started talking in Na'vi over to English? Like, what did you think about that in terms of compared to the first film? You were okay.
Didn't bug me at all. I almost wish they would have used a little more of the Na'vi language when they were around the other humans with subtitles.
I also kind of wish that was that way because there'd be regional dialects between the tree people, for lack of a better term, and the water people. Like it would have been like, someone going to the south.
They should have appreciate you demeaning the Yomatikaya like that. Okay, they're more than tree people.
All right, how come Awa was never said in this?
She was.
They called her Great Mother a lot. They did not call her Awa.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sigourney Jr. did when she had her feet in the water, and she's like
Sigourney Jr.
Sigourney.
Well, I'm just saying it just seems weird that they switched it over because I didn't get the idea that I don't know. It seemed like they were pulling back from some things and wanting to put more other things forward, making it more like Gaia type of deal instead of. But that could just be my. So
with Sigourney Weaver, is she like the chosen one or some shit?
She's the new one. She's the new chosen one.
I'm telling you, James Cameron really sticks to those
tropes. It's kind of like Force Awakens. It really is. It's taking the first one and rehashing it in a new way.
Put lightsabers in Avatar. I'm not going to be able to control myself.
I just want to see what if what happens next is like Loak gets to go around and screaming Kira the entire time. Oh no! Wait! Spider is Finn.
Yeah, Spider's Finn for sure.
Spider is Finn. We have.
Bro, Spider is Rose Tico.
You think Spider's Rose Tico?
Yes. But just running around for no reason.
I mean, I didn't like the character, but the bonding between him and Quidditch, Quaritch.
I got you saying Quidditch.
I didn't know that was a thing, but that's kind of amazing.
I don't know because I can never pronounce his name and it sounds like Quidditch, so I just say Quidditch.
Colonel Quidditch.
Yeah.
I think it's Quaritch. I don't know.
Quaritch.
But I just always know I'm scared of him because he's in that movie Don't Blink or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Don't Breathe. Like that was.
They gave him a little humanity in this movie, which is not something I thought we were going to see, which was kind of cool.
It took me a minute to like remember every time I saw him in the beginning that was like a clone, basically. I always forget that he like died in the first one.
I thought that moment was so dope when he finds his dead body, right? And he squishes it. He squishes the skull. I was like, that's fucking sick. That was so cool.
What were your like? So obviously, for the end of the first film, they went around and they gathered the tribes. They gathered a lot of different people. I'm curious why Sully's kids, and there's a small subplot of the oh, you have demon blood, even though the person that saved them was of demon blood. So like Sully or Taruk is looked at okay, but his kids aren't.
Did
Which
they have
seemed a
4
little
fingers
weird.
in the original Avatar though? Did those original avatars have
That
4?
kept confusing me. Every time they kept holding up their
Yeah,
hands and crap, I'm like, what are you
any
doing?
of the human hybrids all had the extra finger.
It might have
Those-
not been known to the other clans at that time.
But
the extent of it. I'm talking about in Avatar 1.
no, but I'm saying now after his legend grew, because basically the Water Tribe knew of Taruk when he went over there.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why his kids, if he was the savior and he drove the sky people away, and his kids are like him, I don't know why that would have that ridicule unless it's like a jealousy thing. I don't know.
Plot.
It just seems odd. Like
Plot. Just
forced,
don't think about it too much.
forced drama plot.
James Cameron is very by the book on like storytelling stuff.
Very tropey, and sometimes I don't mind.
I don't mind
man.
it. Yeah, I don't mind it as long as it's done well and not like too corny. I don't mind it. The only thing that was slightly corny, but I didn't mind it, was when the daughter was getting out of the water. You know what I'm talking about? When they first meet and she's getting out of the water.
Oh,
all,
the
like,
eyes and the hair
Baywatch
whip.
style. Yeah, that was funny.
the thick avatar. I noticed that all the
Yeah, when she meets where she sees a little brother for the first time and she's coming out of the water all like Baywatch style, flipping her hair back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That was a little bit funny. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Got it.
I remember.
I mean, I understood. There was no. I don't think there was any attraction in the first film between Neytiri and Jake in that first second. It was more about Neytiri seeing how Awa was responding to him,
dude.
Yeah, I know, but the seed.
Oh, he is so hot. This is such a shame.
that was my problem. I agree. That was my problem with a little bit when there was no effort for Loak, and you don't really get to see too much of. Let me make sure I get his name right. Neteyama, the older brother. Like he's kind of just there to be a stereotypical older brother.
Yeah.
Like the goody two shoe one. Like I wish he would have had more story, because it seemed like he's just supposed to be the like Uncle Ben of this for Loak to grow up next movie. I don't know. Like I liked the voice actor. Like he did a good job.
Yeah.
And
I still don't know the names except Sully and Neytiri. So
I'm trying my best to be professional. I'm trying.
I got you.
I know
Should have pulled
Xwing's a
up the
big
names
fan.
list. Yeah, still though. I mean, the names are still very hard. It's like
It was a lot
you ever-
easier
you
last
ever read
time
the Chiss
around.
Ascendancy books? Like, good luck keeping track of
Oh,
any of
yeah.
that, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are people I do not know anything about in this, in terms of like. I will say this: I'm glad that the one. I don't like the doctor, but the one doctor that was just there to try and do his study. He didn't like what they were doing, but he was like sort of the.
They all got wrecked, right?
Yeah, the
He got
Flight of
away.
the Concords guy, he got away, but the whale
Yeah, he
hunter
got away.
wrecked.
Okay.
Yeah, the other one just made me think of Jaws, like a little bit. It's like the cord going through and showed you how intelligent the Tuacon.
Well, the whales are smarter than everybody, according to the scientists. They made a point to say that too. Like,
Yeah, they're mega intelligent.
yeah.
Mega intelligence, yes.
I can't be the only one that thought of the freaking space whales from Rebels when we saw this. Like,
I didn't.
You didn't?
But now
Dude.
it's stuck forever, and I hate.
I'm
you for that.
sorry. That's the first thing I thought of when I watched the movie. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the space whales. I mean, I like the space whales. I don't mind them, but I'm just saying, like, I'm like, wow, this is Rebels all over again. And here's Ezra.
Well, I mean, they are owned by the same company now.
Such a dope shot, though.
Yeah.
Does he make good rice?
Uncle Ben.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I missed
Dad
that.
joke.
That was a dad joke.
Womp womp.
Thank you for the dad joke, Neil Marshall. I will say the design for them is a little bit different because they didn't show the Tuacon in Flight of Passage. They showed that smaller
Yeah.
whale type creature that was attacked. But they did show their version of the Tree of Souls or the Spirit Tree.
Oh,
Like they
like the
did show
underwater
that.
stuff.
Yeah, well, they did show that rock structure in Flight of Passage. That's when you go in the first time you go down into the big water scene before you meet up with Turuk. You do see that, which is now like the third or fourth time he's used that like unnatural rock arch that shouldn't exist in nature. Because he had it in the first movie before they fought in that safe zone, and now another safe zone with that. I'm really curious why that's there, because no natural way for a rock to arch that way. It doesn't make sense unless the Na'vi built it, which they don't seem to build anything besides like small structures. So I'm really curious. That's just me. Yes, I'm picking on a very minute detail. I'm sorry.
So what happens with this whale? Is he back with his like crew?
I don't know.
I don't think they ever really clarify if he's like reaccepted after everything.
I mean, he freaking better be. If it wasn't for him, they all would have lost.
Yeah.
But none of the other whales came in to help. It was just him.
Jerks. He carried the whole battle on his back, bro. He deserves it. Especially because the water people left. They like disappeared too when they all started fighting.
Yeah, that was a little weird. The group fight was not as much of a group fight as the first movie. Like it was more like, oh, I got my kid back. Let's get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But also was anyone else a little weirded about the whole lady coming in pregnant to fight?
No, I thought that was dope, dude. I wanted to see her and Tanawari, the dude chief, just absolutely wreck shop with like some crazy spears. And you know, like one of my favorite things is Neytiri when she shoots the spear-sized arrow into the cockpits and just like nails them to the back of the seat. Like I wanted to see that with like spears from the I already forgot Metikayan.
I will say Neytiri scared me at the end of this movie. The crazy mom going for her kid eyes that she had at the end there.
That was like one of my favorite moments was towards the end. It's like a very like subtle moment is when the oldest son just dies and she's having like a meltdown and Sully like grabs her and he's like focusing her back to like the objective. I don't know. I really like that scene. That was a really good
it showed an interesting dynamic, which I agree. It showed this is probably one of the better father figures we've seen in film or anything on
and she's listening to her husband
for a while. Yeah,
I know.
God forbid.
It's toxic.
But that was the other thing that showed something that I think probably a lot of people would respect, is that shows that he is still a soldier and he's still having a hard time adjusting to, which even though after like 10 years on that planet or something like that, he's still having a hard time adjusting to the life with his people that way, or family life. It is showing that the battle is still in there for him. I wish there was a little bit more of Sully, at least in terms of like showing how he worked in that group with the Metikayan, because it sort of focused on Loak and Neteyama and Kiri, like the younger kids, which I was fine with, but it was like, all right, so what is Sully doing? How did because you just see him fail at flying the little soft fish bird thing, and then he's all of a sudden he's flying it great.
Yeah.
And Neytiri doesn't even bother. Like she's like, I'm just gonna ride my Banshee, like, or what do they call it?
Wait, I also thought it was kind of strange that when he decides to leave the tribe or whatever to go to the water people, he just like ditches everybody. It's like the first thing I thought of, I'm like, what makes you think they're not gonna come and like wreck these people too? You're just like leaving them. I don't know. I thought that was a little like off for me. That stuck out to me.
Yeah, none of that worked. He was like, well, if we leave, they won't pursue them. And then like the first 4 villages that the RDA goes to, they literally just burn to the ground. Like they do the same thing with the freaking Omaticaya. Makes no sense.
He should have played the bait. The movie kind of should have been him playing the bait and going and attacking on his own away from the family, drawing them to where he could be the most strong, instead of letting. It showed a weakness of his character, and it also showed a flaw in his thinking. And that was the one thing I didn't like, because if he was a strategist and they weren't thinking about the people, he should have separated from his family, and he should have been attacking things along the way and acting as lore.
The Spider's a traitor too. This guy got to
I
play
don't like
both
Spider,
sides.
bro. I don't like
Me
Spider.
either. It was like
That-
it was like an R word Tarzan for the sake of not saying it on the stream.
That's something that I really did like that they did, and I know they did it on purpose, was that they showed a little bit of humanity in Quaritch, and at the same time they were showing how psychotic Neytiri was, to start to play off the emotions that like maybe we should be like humans are okay too, because they're setting up now this conflict that's going to be species versus species, as opposed to just like evil RDA business versus, you know, savages.
But I mean, that's the thing. So I'm guessing none of them. What are the tree people called again?
Ometikaya.
Just call them tree
Ometikaya.
people.
I'm sorry, Ometikaya. They knew Norman. Like they knew Norman and Dr. Grace. Like, or Grace. Like, so wouldn't they be like, all right, well, there's not all bad humans because they have the doctor too, that stayed there to help. I don't know. Like,
yeah, and your chief is a devil human hybrid.
Yeah. Like, why is he no longer? You notice now he's no longer blessed, because when he goes and sits in the water, the fish go around Kiri, nothing around him, right? So Awa has already passed his, or is he just there to make sure that kid comes around?
Yeah, I don't know if we really have like a prophecy as of yet or anything, but I mean,
it's pretty obvious.
She was born of Awa.
Yeah, she has force powers.
Yeah.
She was water bending, animal bending. She was, what's her name again?
Kiri?
Kiri Skywalker.
The only one you can actually pronounce.
But
it's the only one that's normal. Like the closest normal name. Like so you know that's going to be the hero later on, because who's going to be saying, well, Loak's not that hard, even though I'm kind of called him Lojack a couple of times by accident. But
I just hate that they had to use Sigourney Weaver for the daughter too. Like, it's just freaking me out, man. It was just really unsettling. I can't let it go.
It wasn't both daughters though. It was only the one. The younger one was played by
she's
Trinity
just
Bliss.
talking about she's just talking about Kiri.
Yeah.
The young Skywalker. Sigourney Weaver. Yeah, because you can hear like however old Sigourney is now. She's in her 60s, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and her face also looks
gotta be older than that.
And she also looks more human than the other ones do. Like, I don't know, it was just weird. She looked like an animorph. I didn't like it at all.
I do admit I thought it was funny how they kept on making jokes about who knocked her up. Like,
yeah, they were like, Norm totally stuck a baby in her. It's like, gross.
But I mean, that's the other thing. We don't know how because Moat, we don't know like the aging process for the Na'vi.
Moat's such a dope character, dude. She's so sick.
Who's that one?
CH Pounder.
She's
Moat?
She's Sahik of the Ometikaya. She's the chiefess, the one with the spike thing. No, the tree people one. She has the spike.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Why did Neytiri never become Sahik after Jake became?
Because Moat's still alive.
Oh, so it's not like, oh, okay, Moet gets to retire. No, she
stayed Sahik.
All right, and I will admit it was weird seeing the Na'vi do a haka type of thing. Like, I was not expecting that much towards Maori.
Physical cringe from me in the theater when I saw that. Like, physical cringe, and like 40 people erupted in laughter behind me. I'm like, oh, I probably wouldn't have done that.
I was not expecting that to be in that, because in the first film they kept everything sort of alien. Like, there's kind of similarities, but there's nothing. And then like it's like
that was super on the nose.
Weird, like
yeah, that was way too on the nose, man.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, No Green? We got a Legion of Memers in the chat. Hi, people. I'm sorry I haven't said hi, but hey, R2. Hope you're feeling better. I know you had the bad flu, so I hope you're feeling better, dude. Jake Sully.
Majek. Every time she said that, I laughed.
So back to Sigourney Weaver Jr., the Animorph. What is so? What would be the point of having a chosen one in this universe? I guess
it's gonna be Pandora versus Earth, man.
Oh, so she's gonna be the one to like beat Earth and whatever the hell happens. Okay.
kill the human race forever, and we're all gonna be like, yeah.
I mean, screw it, go for it, bro.
Well,
We're all rooting for Thanos. So
do we basically have like a Wall-E thing going on? We're gonna have the ship coming over with the people in the hover chairs.
Oh, by and large is already on their way. Yeah.
Oh, great. But how many movies did he say?
6?
5.
5? Okay.
And one of them is going to take place mostly in space, so get ready for that.
How are the I'm just going to say this. What advantage do the Na'vi have in space?
Maybe they're space Na'vi.
Yeah, the Omati Spaya.
Don't be a bigot.
Will that be the finally the white Na'vi?
You will never be Moon Man. You will never be Moon Man.
Like, I thought of Rebels again. The fish and
yeah. No Green says your mustache is godly, my friend.
Oh, stop it, you.
I hate this guy so
much. But yeah, I mean, I think like I said, the only issue I had was the poor decisions behind Jake's actions. Like, he completely botched everything, and I think the people will probably in the next film, cats in space. What? They're not cats.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Cats. Space cats in space.
Space cats in space. Well, then what would be the Awa of the space? Will there be a moon?
A planet.
Because we just realized that there's another planet behind them. Like, Pandora is like a moon, and there's a bigger planet behind Pandora.
Okay, so that's my initial question. Hold on. That's my initial question then, because I don't know the Avatar lore or whatever. What made Earth decide to make like clones of the Na'vi people?
So they could survive on the planet without using the oxygen thing.
Well, it was an initiative to try to integrate with the Na'vi, because it started out very friendly. They're like, we want to integrate with the Na'vi. And then if you watch the version of the first movie where it's like uncut and they have all the different scenes in there was like a huge incident where Grace's school got shot up by the RDA and like a bunch of kids died, and that's why Grace got kicked out and all this different stuff. It explains all that.
Yeah, the change in material need too, like, it went from being a raw material, like, okay, whatever unobtainium is or whatever that was from the first movie, to we found something to stop people from aging, so we're going to take this and stop people from aging. I'm like, it's such a different, like, so much more selfish in terms of the reasoning. Like, oh, it's pharmaceutical. Like, interesting timing to have.
They just kind of drop that on you, and that's it.
It was out of nowhere, dude.
Yeah, this stops you from aging. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Like, then the question
by
is
Neutrogena. Like, okay, what are we doing here?
Boo.
It's like Deep Blue Sea. Like, couldn't you found a way to like be like, all right, we're just gonna harvest some of this without killing the whole creature? Like, you could have maybe communicated. Like,
you're not gonna catch me going into a giant whale's mouth to try to suck whale juice out.
And for how much? Only 80 million? Like, are you kidding me?
They should have bumped that number up like a lot, dude.
You could sell it for like $1 billion or more.
Yeah.
Like, stop you from aging.
I want to know the first whatever it was, Mitakina person that decided, I'm going to go walk in and be Jonah and the whale. And I'm going to walk in and put my little thingamajigger next to a whale's thingamajigger inside the mouth. Like, that was the weirdest thing.
Wow. Yeah, it was. It was disturbing.
Dude, who was the first person to hop on a horse? Like, bro, I had an idea.
But it's on top of of
brain
something
juice
not
from a sacred animal. Like, I don't know.
No, he's talking about like swimming in and physically putting your thing on and making Sahelu. Like, yeah, that's pretty crazy. But I mean, so is half the stuff humans do. Dude, I'm censoring myself so well today.
I'm trying. That's why I'm like,
We're half an hour, and I'm pretty sure YouTube won't care anymore. As long as it's not actual curse words, innuendos are fine.
Okay, I'm trying. It's hard.
Yeah,
that's what she's
definitely over one. It was 80 million, right? Was it 80 million or 80 billion?
80 million.
No, it was 80 million for the tube, which they had to kill a whole whale for. And like, what did unobtainium go for like a
What
kilo?
happened to unobtainium? They just say
like they gave up on the.
We just want the brain juice.
We need to compare financials, because I thought when what's his name Selfridge, when he like picks up the piece of unobtainium, he's like, this little stuff goes for something a kilo, and I don't remember, but it was like an inordinate amount of money.
Yeah, they lost the plot of, unless they have hyperinflation or deflation, maybe at the time. I don't know. I don't understand how the currency on a planet that's dying that really matters
But
that
okay,
much.
it is kind of weird though that they never mention unobtainium again, like at all, right? In this movie?
Not
Or
even
No,
a
they
peep.
don't.
Who's
Sing it.
saying that? Is that me or is that
It's
Lexi?
that's No Green. He's
No,
gonna
who's
start
saying
making me.
thingy?
I don't know.
That's broke.
Oh,
I don't think what I say.
I don't
Say
think
what
what
I
I say.
think.
Good job. Anyways, they
Uh,
didn't mention it at all, right? Unobtainium in this movie?
No, nothing of the original RDA. Nothing from that actually came about. Which, all right, Xwing, I'll ask you, and Nicky, you've been to Animal Kingdom too. At what timeline is World of Avatar versus the movies?
I don't know that.
Because that's at
It
the
would
point
be.
when they're.
It would be the. Oh, I mean, it's the original Avatar movie. Well, no, I take that back.
I
Actually,
assume
I
right
totally
after,
take that back.
but I assumed it was
Yeah,
like right
it's
after.
gonna be more. It would be more when like you have the 5-year jump and the RDA is about to come back, because all of the stuff like the RDA equipment is like rusted and torn down, and the staircases are all rusted through and stuff like that. You know.
I'm just so if the point is at that point in time they already had the ability to put someone else into an avatar body without them being genetic matches.
hmm
Where like I just think there's no mention of that. Like if this is existing in the same time frame or right after the time frame of them doing tourism on Pandora.
Oh, that's right. Isn't that the theme?
Yeah, like the whole point is you go and get to do tourism on Pandora.
I just assumed it took place like right after the movie ends or something. I don't know. I
But
didn't. I
then why
didn't. I
would they
didn't think
become-
they imagined that James Cameron would actually come out with a sequel.
Fair.
Well, the ride is supposed to show you previews for the next films, all of them. So different sequences in the ride are supposed to be previews for the upcoming film.
I mean,
James
I'm
Cameron
sure
said that
they'll.
himself.
I feel like they'll adjust that ride to include some underwater stuff for sure.
That'd be interesting. I would like
If I
to
don't
fly.
get a swim through Disney ride, I'm gonna riot.
You want to
through?
swim through? You want to like the little glass dome over your face, and you walk through the water and
Just make the
animatronic.
air breathable. Like it's not that hard.
Yeah, Disney.
Figure it out. You make like $47 billion a day. Like hire one scientist from NASA. You got it figured out.
You have Disney Frozen. You can.
Yeah, come on.
I cannot. I don't know if maybe they have Disney Frozen. I don't know.
Walt Disney. Oh, for sure.
I will say it's odd they have no merch from the movie yet in the park.
They didn't.
They have not yet from the new one. Like there's no.
Yeah, I guess.
Like I was expecting.
I didn't see anything.
I was expecting
I'm totally
little,
buying a whale.
You're totally buying one of the two.
I'll buy a whale.
Cans.
Hell yeah.
I don't know
What's
what
up,
that
Lady
is.
Marie?
Which one is it? Oh, it's laughing faces. Okay. I wish StreamYards would show you the little emoji thing.
I hate
Oh, they
that.
don't show you?
No, if you're the one hosting.
That seems odd that you can't see, but whatever. I will say I felt like the score was a little bit less impressive.
Yeah, it's because you had James Horner on the last movie.
Yeah, like
I don't remember any music from this except for when Natiri was singing, which I thought was really pretty.
Yeah, that was cool. They paid homage to James Horner and reused a lot of his stuff, but the new stuff I didn't find like particularly moving.
Maybe that's why I felt like the scene with, I'm sure it's Bicon. I'm just gonna keep calling him Bicon. At the end, didn't feel as impactful as the scenes leading up to Jake coming back to the Ometakaya people. Like, I don't know. I didn't feel a hero's journey in this.
Oh, it's a bridge, right? This is less like less of a character story than it is a bridge between what we're going to get moving forward, because Avatar is not going to be about Jake Sully for 5 movies. It's just not going to happen. So they're introducing us to the family and how it exists. So in the next movie, we can have some context as to Jake's kids and Natiri's kids and why are they motivated with their battles with the humans and all that stuff.
Do we think Spider ends up in a hybrid body?
I just hope he dies in like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, honestly. And he didn't even tell Jake, "Oh, I saved your enemy."
Yeah.
Whatever. He's trash. Boo to the bootleg Tarzan.
Well, I mean, at least he didn't do the Han Solo, Kylo Ren thing. Like he didn't commit patricide. So
That's not his real dad. Who cares? It's not.
That's semantics.
Tom, that is not his real daddy. That is a freaking Avatar clone made from memories. All right. I get feeling like an attachment or sympathetic to it, but if he's an evil person, goodbye.
Yeah, like you're just creating problems. Like if you're gonna save him, go with him. If you're not gonna go with him, don't save him. Like why are you keeping him alive for somebody who
he just like hisses at him and runs? It's like,
yeah,
boy, if you don't get your ass over here, sort of.
You clearly love all the blue people, and Quaritch is clearly gonna keep coming back and killing them. So why are you saving him?
I'm just curious now. Now I'm thinking about this. Like you said, it's not. So Natiri fell in love with Na'vi Jake, but she still went to Jake's body and said, "I see you" at the end of it, acknowledging the two existences. What happened to Jake's body? Did they respect it, or did they just like, all right, well, in the fire?
I forgot. Wait, I forgot how that merging happens. What, did he like die or something?
It's the same. It's the same way they tried to get Grace's body. At the end of the movie, they stick him next to the Tree of Souls, and they stick his avatar body next to the Tree of Souls.
He goes through the Tree of Souls.
Yeah.
So he has to pass through Awa and be cleansed, be chosen, be allowed. It's like a boarding group from the TSA.
The A of Iowa. Yeah, Awa. And that's how Kiri was born, because Grace didn't pass through the Eye of Awa, but somehow got Grace's avatar pregnant. So when you remember when Moat was like, Awa may save to choose everything that is in this. She did that. She stuck all of Grace.
Okay, and when did Quaritch have sex and have this child?
When he was on base.
Yeah, it's a military base. Something that must have happened there.
Well, there wasn't any backstory I missed. It just happened.
I don't even know if it happened in the book.
They don't explain anything, dude.
Okay, because I saw him and I'm like, who is this freaking monkey running around like a lunatic? And okay, I guess he got it.
Did they cast a? So there's Javier. So Socorro was the last name, right? Why did
Javier
he
Socorro?
say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why did Spider first say his name was Socorro? Like when Quidditch.
It must have been his mother's name or something.
Okay, so Javier Socorro is the mother.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to call him Quidditch. I'm trying.
You can't help it now. Sorry.
I'm blaming you.
It's all good. Imagine if James Cameron just did a mashup of all his previous movies into one movie. That would be a long ass movie.
That was Avatar 2. What are you talking about?
That is true.
All of that is in Avatar 2.
That is very true.
Ross,
you got exosuits, you got ships going down, everything.
You have things that kind of almost look like xenomorphs. They have weird tails. We don't know what their blood does yet.
You do all the underwater stuff of the abyss.
I really like the color of the water people a lot more than
green.
Yeah,
I like
it more than the Avatar color.
I like the way they did the eyes for when they
have the second eyelid.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like the fact that for the whales, the toucan, that they have yellow tinting.
Yeah.
So like you see, it would be appropriate because they see better. Now they don't give too much perspective from the Metakina or the Jake's family about how they see underwater, because normally, like for a camera, you need like the red lens to neutral out the right amount of because you're missing red, so things get different and distorted. I would have liked to seen a little bit from either Loak or Neteyama's like actual perspective swimming to see how are they seeing the underwater world.
Didn't Kate Winslet supposedly hold her breath for 7 minutes?
It was like 6:40 or something. She broke
I'm
Tom
calling
Cruise's
cap on
record.
that. I'm calling cap on that.
They filmed the whole thing.
I don't care. It's BS. It's crap.
They had cameramen there. Like there's like people that
she had like a straw somewhere coming from her butt or something. There's no way that she held her breath for almost 7 minutes.
What? straw somewhere. That's not how you breathe.
You
can't.
You gotta get oxygen from somewhere. Is all I'm saying.
Bruh.
I don't think you go backwards.
Listen, you can't beat a freak like Tom Cruise. He's a Scientologist. He can hold his breath for like years if he wanted to. There's no way that she beat his record. There's no way.
So, did anyone else like? I wanted like. So they had the crabs, right? The robotic crabs, which I thought were like, okay, fine, you have crabs. It's ocean crabs. You wanted to have the robots look like fish things. Where was like I wanted someone to actually like ride like the version of a lobster, or like is like I wanted to see that version in there. Like maybe instead of Jake flying the little sawfish thing, he just got on top of like a giant stone crab. And he's like jumping in and cracking through. I don't know. Like
that would have been a little ridiculous, as if it's not ridiculous enough already, anyways. But
then I could have had a moment saying,
"No, you said the wrong animal. You said the wrong animal. A seahorse. That was
seahorse.
Awesome.
We would have really needed to have an Aquaman scene.
Dude, heck yeah, with a seahorse. It would probably have looked so pretty if he decided to like incorporate seahorse.
That's a good point. Tom Cruise has taken the immortality brain juice.
There you go. I mean, he's jumping out of planes. There's no way that she beat his breathing record. But yeah, I feel like seahorses would have looked nice. He should have done it.
I also don't know. I also want to know why the fish need to fly. Are they supposed to be like he just thought of like 18 different versions of flying fish? Like I know they exist.
Can they be fully airborne for a long time? I can't remember.
I don't know, but it looked weird. It looked like a maraca or something going off because the tails had to be underwater. Like it only went so high. It seemed inefficient.
Yeah, they look like dragonflies for a second.
And I do think like so the Tuacan said we will not go to war. I'm sorry, all of them should have come out at the end of that thing and just laid waste. Like they should have like someone should have said no. Bicon was right. They attacked us, blah, blah, blah. And then this all should have came in and it should have been like a sea of the whale things lifting the boat out of the water. And similar to the Awa moment because that is the other thing. If Kiri is like the chosen one now, Awa should have like went all hardcore to protect her.
He would have gotten bashed for doing a rehash. They would have been like, it's the same movie.
Well, he
had to change it.
Why does Nicky sound like a change? I don't know what that means. Nuance observer.
Or Chonga? Did you mean Chonga? Because if so, it's because I lived in Miami almost all my life. That's the word you're looking for.
I don't know the word either, so I'm hoping that's it.
I'm assuming Chonga.
Be quiet, Rogue.
No.
The dog speaks Spanish.
I don't know, the dog's Louisianan.
See, I was right. Yes, Chonga. Yes, thank you very much for noticing. I appreciate that.
I just took you out before I started. Please be quiet. Sorry.
I've had a couple of chimichangas. They're good.
Well, I hope it's settling well in your stomach.
I feel like Nicky's like my daughter sometimes.
Don't say that, you freak. I'm older than you.
She's like, please, I can't go anywhere with you. You're embarrassing me. Just stop.
You and your
so as we dive off course because my dog barking and now we're thinking about chimichangas. I don't know. It's in my head now. You brought it up. Just teasing. Nuance observer. I'm pretty sure he's.
Say that word, Tom. You can't say that last word.
Just teasing chica.
There you go. See, yeah, you can say it. And I saw you dodge that.
I can read fine. I think
I can read stuff. I can do words.
It's fine. I'm okay.
Oh my God, Lady Marine, please no.
Please no.
His ego's already big enough.
It's not that vibe.
No. There's no daddy calling in this. But so all right, so we're looking at 3 more films after this. At what point, and this is just speculation, what point does Jake kick the bucket?
Next
movie.
Next movie, you think?
Yeah.
You think he only has 1 more in his contract?
Yep.
No, wow. I just think it makes sense. Hi, Andy.
Yeah.
I just think it makes sense. Like, we're gonna get closer to the kids, and like the younger brother's gonna take the role of the older brother, and
he's gonna have some kind of heroic death, and then he's gonna pick up the mantle. I don't even remember.
You
the
don't
kid's
think
name.
it's Kiri gonna
Boak.
pick up the? You don't think Kiri's gonna pick up the mantle?
Who's that one?
That's Sigourney Weaver's.
Oh my
kid.
God! Please no. I hope she dies too, protecting Jake or something. I don't know.
And the other thing is, what do you think about their representation of the spirit tree this time around? Like
That was dope, man. See, I'm a scuba diver, so like this whole thing is perfect. Like the fan coral for the tree. Stop shaking your damn head, man. Get your.
Hi, Andy. I liked it, but honestly, something that threw me off a lot too is they're always got to use their freaking tails for everything all the time.
Well, so they do that for everything, right? Including the whole like reproduction part of all this stuff.
That's what I said to Xwing, and he said to get my head out of the gutter.
Wait, what did I say? What?
About their tails, what it's used for.
Isn't the tail thing how they reproduce?
No.
So that no. But
where do they have reproductive organs? Because they look as smooth as a mannequin.
I don't see any.
No, they don't. That they put nipples in this.
Yeah, I'm talking about the reproductive stuff.
Yeah,
that's not.
They're not. It's not like a
that's
Ken doll underneath a loincloth, or otherwise they wouldn't be wearing it. No.
If the franchise even survives that long. Well, this had a high production budget, and it was supposed to make $2 billion. Right? Isn't that what they said?
No, that's not the right number. It's 1. It's 1.2 or 1.3, but James said 2.
So still 1.3 billion is a tough nut right now.
It's a healthy number.
Because even Maverick took how long to get to 1 billion?
Dude,
that took a while.
They did it in like the 3rd week, didn't they?
Like in 5 minutes. It's like
well, okay. I'm going to say this. I went to saw Maverick 3 times. I'm not going to sit through a 3-hour. Maybe if I want to see it in IMAX.
That's another thing too. Like I would like to see this movie again. I wouldn't mind, but I'm like, damn, go to a theater to sit there for another 3 hours.
Well, 100%. I'm going to do it, and this time I'm not doing it in 3D.
You're not doing it in 3D?
I think that's part of the appeal of this movie.
Yeah, not for me.
See,
I mean, it was cool.
This is the first movie I see in 3D ever, unless I saw the first one.
I don't remember. As a shareholder, I agree with this.
Interrupting me, you rude.
Wow.
What I was saying is, I don't care about 3D, but like for this movie, it's kind of like part of the experience. And they showed the Mario movie trailer in 3D, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
that was pretty dope,
dude. I think I might go see that in 3D. I feel like that movie was kind of made for 3D for sure.
Animation films actually do a lot better in 3D conversion because you're not worrying about Uncanny Valley or anything like that.
Yeah, the humans in Avatar kind of felt video game-ish.
Bruh, they switched the frame rate between shots and it ruined it. They switched the frame rate between certain shots, and so there would be like the most ungodly, crisp, beautiful shot in 3D, and then it would change, and you'd be like,
It was like going from a cutscene to gameplay in a video game. Like it just
especially
was so
the final
weird.
battle. The final battle, I was like, this kind of looks like a video game.
So it was really went from 24 to 48 frames, pretty much similar to like.
No, they were shooting like they shot 60 in some of the HDR shots.
They shot 60.
Yeah.
Why?
That's
why.
Wild.
Was it supposed to be to make the 3D go better? Like I don't understand.
I don't shoot movies. I don't know.
Know these things, you Avatar.
Dude, that's filmmaking.
So what?
You
know, okay, so here's the thing about Avatar. I think if it wasn't for the fact that the part of the appeal of it is to go see it in 3D, I feel like it would make a good like TV series, like on HBO Max or something.
All right, here's a question.
So much story that
James talked about that.
Here's a question. Do you think if it was not purchased by Disney and came out by Fox, there would be better pull behind it? Since now people see it as a Disney property and not see it as a.
I didn't even see it as a Disney property. I forgot about Pandora. Like
like James exists in so much of his own little universe. Like he's not a franchise guy, although he's headed that way. Like he's not a franchise guy. He's always struck out solo movies, and
I think this is gonna be like his swan song, though, finishing the Avatar stuff. I don't see him doing anything else.
Man, I hope it is.
He can't do anything else. What time would he have? Look how long it took him for this one.
Well, here's the thing, though, and this is something that he touched on. There was an interview where the interviewer asked him, "Could you ever see this as being a spinoff on like Disney Plus or something like that?" And his main answer was, at this point in time with the technology that we have, it would be physically impossible to do in the time frame that's necessary. But he said within the next 5 years, I think we'll be there. So that's why I think this is a huge speed bump. And this is why I want them to succeed so badly, is because within the next 5 years, if they come up with the technology to be able to pump one of these out every 3 years or, 4 years or something like that, I'm so down. Like, let's do that. I don't want an Avatar every Christmas. I just don't.
Well, yeah. I mean, every year is overkill, but I would say at least every 2 or 3 years.
I think 3 is a great number. That's a great Star Wars round trilogy number. 3s.
Yeah. But don't say that, though, because it cursed the last 3.
I'm just curious where, like, because I remember when the first movie came out, they had the video game tie-in that came. I know they announced a video game.
Where is my freaking Avatar game?
Wasn't there one coming from Ubisoft? They did a whole trailer for.
Why haven't you heard anything for months?
Like, it just disappeared. Like, they don't even have a tie-in with Fortnite. Like, where's like the Navi skin?
That's
to
cringe.
Go around? I know, but
shit about Fortnite. Excuse my French.
It's okay. That's a word you can say on TV.
Oh my goodness, that is a good question. Honestly, I'm gonna say
Avatar 3.
Yeah, I mean, I think we will get Winds of Winter, but we're not gonna get a Dream of Spring. But Avatar 3 will probably come first. Knowing George,
Disney's gonna push that out somehow. Like no matter, like they're gonna get that movie out somehow.
Well, didn't they film it already, or parts of it, or something like that?
I think most of 3 is filmed and parts of 4. Like they've been working on. So I think that's true. I think since the other ones won't be in water, it'll be quicker filming. The one that's gonna be difficult will be
they're gonna go back to the water. They have to.
Well, I think we're gonna get like a Captain Planet moment. We're gonna have Earth, Wind, Water.
James never doesn't do water in his movies. Like it's just his thing.
There wasn't that much in. There was the one scene of him in the water in the first movie. There wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll get the third one, the fourth and fifth. But didn't James in an interview say that he is making the third one into the point where it could be the end, like it wouldn't have to continue.
Yeah, it's so dude goes back and forth more than I do about like Disney Star Wars. Yeah, it's up in the air, but the plan is 5.
I think he's saying that because he's waiting to see how well this one is received before he like fully says, "Yeah, I'm doing all of this stuff."
We have not ranked the movie yet, but I guess we could do that now. We're about an hour in, and I didn't think of even asking that yet. So I'm a little bit different. If you have ever watched any
question, man,
do better.
I'm a little different. If you've seen my other reviews, it's a little weird. It's not 1 out of 10. It's how long you would wait for it. So say if it's like an attraction, and you'd wait say 10 minutes for this ride, 0 minutes, or an hour, right? So how long would you wait to see this movie on no minutes to an hour, being like hour is the best?
Wait, hold up. Are you talking about waiting like in line to get in the theater or waiting for the movie to come out?
Like waiting on to an attraction for like a ride. So I've done it in my other reviews where you basically break it down to how long you would wait for the movie is basically how
like in line, like to wait for the movie like in a line.
Yeah. Wow. So I would say I would wait about 40 minutes.
Girl.
Xwing will wait a whole year for this. Like he'll camp out, he'll pee in a bottle.
Waiting 13 years, motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's tying it back into theme parks. Go with it.
and you get okay, but it's not like a 15-minute attraction. It's a 3-hour long attraction.
No, it's basically going the idea that you're gonna go to the. People in the chat are getting it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like how long would I wait in line to see this? Well, given that it's like 3D and all this crap and it's an experience, I guess longest, and that is stretching it, is 40 minutes. But I would say 30.
Do I get to sneak alcohol into the line?
And a bottle
in a Disney park.
Huh?
You can in a Disney park. You're allowed to drink.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So is that part of the equation?
Yeah. This is treating it like going on an attraction. Like
5 hours.
5 hours?
Mhm.
Dude, have you ever been on the line for 5 hours for something before?
I've been
I
on a ride
have.
for 3, and then I was on the ride for 10 minutes, and I'm like, I'm never doing Disney again.
I say this with no
Oh,
shame.
okay,
I say this with no shame for
Rise of
Harry
Resistance?
Potter. I waited hours for Harry Potter movies back when like there was no reserved seating and all that crap, and you had to
Yeah.
wait in the midnight lines.
The Southwest
for-
lines.
I waited for Harry Potter for almost like I don't even want to say it's embarrassing, but
I will say this. I've waited 8 hours for things before in the park. I've stood in line for 8 hours.
the
I'm
whole
not doing
damn
that.
day, boy, for what?
Yeah, for Space 220 when it opened.
The hell is that?
I don't
It's
even know what that is.
It's the restaurant in Epcot that you go
Oh.
up the space elevator.
8
That's
hours
actually-
for a restaurant?
That is crazy. Was
Well,
it good at least?
It did great for
No,
my
it's
channel.
Disney food.
Oh,
It
okay.
did
But was
great
the
for my
was the
channel.
food good?
Yeah, the duck I had was great. It was
Oh, you
duck
eat duck.
confit leg and nice seared duck breast. The fat was rendered well with polenta and nice
too fancy
red
for
wine
me.
He's
reduction.
getting all food channel.
I
with
know.
it.
Excuse me. Throwing all these big words at me. I don't even eat duck, so I'll stop you right there.
What?
But I'm glad it was worth it.
But the only reason I brought it up is it actually is related to Alpha Centauri Expeditions, which is in Pandora World of Avatar.
Makes
So
sense.
I
Oh,
don't know
that's
why-
right. That's the solar system it's in, huh? It's in the Alpha Centauri.
Yeah, so that
dope.
that
I forgot.
restaurant is connected to the Pandora land, which I don't understand how, but it is because that's what's on the planet is Alpha Centauri Expedition. It's Ace instead of the RDA, which now I'm really asking myself where Ace is
I have
in
no idea what the
Avatar
hell you're
2.
Interesting.
honestly, if I didn't get like 1,000 views on that video, it probably wouldn't have been worth it. No. But
So
it
what do
was-
you do in a line at a park for a restaurant?
You just stand there. For
Drink.
Yeah.
I didn't drink.
You know what my hack is? Is the phone thing. You know that game where you put the phone on your head and
Heads
if you
up?
get it right? Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You need to have two phones then. Because if I was playing that for 8 hours, my phone would have been dead to record by the time I got into the restaurant.
See, this is how prepared I came for Disney, okay? I had a dual fan plus battery pack charger. You remember that thing? Did I show that to you?
Yeah, I saw it when we were at Epcot.
Yeah, it's a fan that you like clip onto your belt and it like
That's amazing.
blows,
I need
blows
that.
through your shirt and
need
it
that.
charges your phone at the same time.
Wow, that sounds like an electric shock waiting to happen, but I need that because I sweat all the time going to stupid
There's no
parks.
water. Oh yeah, Navi River Journey. I guess. that's the
Navi River
one.
Journey should
Wait a
not
minute,
have more than
wait a
15-minute
minute.
wait.
Have you told Tom your hot take about Flight of Passage?
Oh, what was your high take about Flight of
It's
Passage?
not a hot take. I didn't like it as much as I like Navi River Journey.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir?
It's a hot take, you see?
That is a
take-
theme park like blasphemy.
Dude, I'm not as much of a screens guy as I am like an environment guy. And so I would
It's a-
rather be in the environment than just staring at a screen.
The River Journey is like a minute ride where you see the shaman, the Saik, going crazy at the end,
Huh?
and you wait an hour and a half for it sometimes. At
Not
least
me,
Flight of
bro.
Passage.
I did Lightning Plane and I was on it in like maybe 45 seconds.
All right. First of all, locals don't do lightning lane that much because it's a lot expensive per day for that. Then
Worth
It's
it?
I don't know. Flight of Passage almost made me cry. That was like the only time
yeah,
Avatar
Flight of Passage had a 3-hour wait for like literally 6 years.
I almost got a little misty. After flight, but we had such a bad experience going into it. I think it kind of sucked
Search your
some of the fun out
feelings.
of it.
What was your
Just-
bad
Dude, so
experience?
you know the waiting room where you like stand on your spots and then it's
yeah,
like,
and you move around. Go.
yeah, we were in there. It was me, Jay, my wife, a really angry kid, a kid who had to pee, and a Karen for like 45 minutes in that room.
Was that just all Jay?
I don't know
The
what
ang-
happened,
The
dude, but
angry
like
kid.
we
Never
were
mind.
we were in that room and they
I
kept
got you.
opening the door and trying to send new people in, and we're like, bro, we haven't even left yet. And then somebody from Disney would come in and be like, okay, it's gonna start now, and they'd close it, and then we were in there for another 15 minutes and they're like, you guys ready? And we're like,
All right, but think about the ride, you crybaby.
I'm not crying.
The ride itself was amazing.
The ride itself it was cool. Yeah, I like the way. I mean,
There
it's
you
like
go.
California Soarin'. They pump in the smells and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
Oh, it's better than Soarin'. It is better
it
than
is better
Soarin'.
than Soaring. Yeah.
I mean, did you get a Banshee?
Yeah.
Oh, you did get a Banshee? Which color?
Oh wait, what do you sit on a banshee type thing?
When you walk out, when you go through the store, did you
Oh,
did you
did I
grab
buy? No, I didn't buy no damn equine.
no Banshee? Or
No.
Oh my gosh, Zori is
I haven't
freaking me
even
out.
bought one of the Kawaki monkey lizards. Like,
well, I'm glad you didn't. Well, you know, this thing was like $100 when they first started the park for it, and now it's down to 40. Like they just have. Like I'm surprised they don't just give them away because, like, I don't think anyone knows what it is. They think it's from Labyrinth all the time.
that's your modern Star Wars fan, buddy.
That's the modern park goer too. I would think Labyrinth is less familiar than Star Wars.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten a Ronto wrap either. Now I've been to 2 parks. I haven't gotten a Ronto wrap, but I built an R5 droid, and he's a bamf. I really like my R5.
Oh,
We both have choppers.
We both got the choppers, and then I built an R5. He's behind the 3PO, so you can't really see him, but he's an all black R5, and then I bought the
see.
drink tray that like R2D2
Okay.
had in return. So he's got the drink tray. That's so badass, dude.
Okay,
And
now
him
that's
and Chopper,
chill.
they talk to each other. So like
Yeah.
if you turn them on, they'll sit there and they're like beep beep beep, but they have different personality chips, so they sound so like yeah.
That's a good point. If you're gonna buy one, you might as well buy 2.
You know, to be honest with you, that's probably the only like really like merch worth the money in Galaxy's Edge are the droids.
The
That's it.
droids and then just the Luke Saber. The Luke Saber looks
I
pretty
have
good,
that one.
but in
the
terms
Cal's
of like an actual saber, it's trash.
Yeah. it is.
Cal's saber looks good. I do like Cal Kestis' saber. That was
Well,
Is
that's
that the
thicker than I
one?
expected.
Wait, is that the one? Is that the one that looks like it got bitten by a cat at the end?
yeah. That's
I
the
don't
one
like
that
Let me
one's
see it in your
5
hand.
pounds. I can get it 1 second.
Yeah, I want to see it in the hand. I want to see how thick it is.
I don't. I don't like that it looks like a cat bit. I know that's how it looks in the video game, but I feel like they could have like made it look better.
If you get the pre-order for the Jedi Survivor, they have like the complete.
I saw.
Yeah,
I was tempted, but that's like $300, right?
Yeah.
Or was it more? Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
it's $300. You get the tin, you get the saber, and then like the
Yeah.
exclusive upgrades or whatever. But bro, that's a lot of money.
And if the game sucks,
Look at how thick that girl is.
see, that's the end. I don't like how it looks.
Well, all right. 1 second.
Listen to that smooth swing.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm a saber snob. I'm sorry.
I'm literally looking at my Luke one too.
I
That's
have
like the
Ultra
one.
Sabers and other ones too.
Ultra saber sucks.
And I also have a Korribanth.
I want a
and they're big as
Korribanth
well.
one,
Corbanth is dope, dude.
but that's like big money right there. I have to save
Yeah.
for that one.
Just get a Crimson Dawn, man. With the Prophy or a Golden Harvest, you're like
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn, yeah. Prophy and Golden Harvest are 2 of my favorite.
Rogue, you got a nice little tip
Yes.
there. That's what she said, but look at your thingy.
Who said? Oh wow!
Sheesh.
What zombie? What?
Turn your camera on, fool. He's like freaking out.
What? Thank you, Merry Christmas. Thank you. Wow,
Andy is awesome. That's what you need to know.
I am
about him.
surprisingly. Wow, thank you. Well, let's see. Now it looks better.
You left him speechless, Andy. That's
Um,
you know how hard that is. Thank you.
Thank you very much, man. Like
Everything you say is somehow like assholey. Somehow there's
Tom
just, like,
knows I
so-
love him, so I'm a
like
bully.
I think this is the problem. This is 10 pounds. Like I
That's
like it.
10 pounds.
Yeah.
Bro, you got to
with-
be a freaking bodybuilder to take that crap
Yeah,
in battle.
like if this was on my pants, I'd be pantsed. Like if I put the cover tech on and tried to have it holding up, like that ain't happening.
The Vader
this
one
is-
weighs a lot too. Galaxy.
But
Edge.
I will say when it's in the double saber form, like this is one of my. I just love the emitter. The emitter is like my favorite part.
Jaro Tapal.
What? I like it. It's
Andy,
first
you're
of all,
awesome. Thank you again.
You are. I'm still amazed. Wow. Thank you.
You have him speechless and shy. Thank you. Andy.
Yeah. Now you're gonna. Yeah. Yeah. It's not good for spinning. No. And it also has a lot of force behind it. I accidentally hit someone when I was doing something. And
That
it's
is a
almost not
weapon. If you chuck it at someone's head, Done.
10
Bro,
pounds,
you
man.
beat
That's
the
the thing.
death
You
out of
can't have a
somebody.
plastic blaster, but you can walk around with 10 pounds of metal that you could like
You
have a
could go
lot
on
of
a
force.
spree in Disney for sure. Like if somebody upset you enough, you could go on a spree with that lightsaber.
And
for
not
sure.
for nothing, these parts, if they fall enough time, get sharp. Like this little emitter part.
You just take the grinder to it, man. That thing's a death weapon.
But that is like light compared to, or heavier than anything compared to like the Korribanth or. But I don't bring those into the parks because kids are there.
They had the limited edition Ahsoka Rebels sabers, which I got my friend to like get for me, and I regret it. I am gonna sell it because it is. You want to talk about thick? That saber is heavy and thick.
The Mexican Iron Man
katana style ones.
Mm-hmm.
He brought those to ICC Con in Tennessee, and like,
dude, yes, they're insane. I can go get them if you want, but
it's huge.
Yeah, it is.
Doesn't feel good in the hand, I'll tell you that much. Depending on
wow, this is just like going exactly how anything I talk about goes, spiraling down. Now, we are well past an hour, and then innuendos can flow. But like anything, it ends up going back to Star Wars, or it's just what happens. Nothing wrong with that.
Look who you asked onto your channel.
Right.
Well,
look behind me, bro. Yeah.
It's two people I wanted to have on stream that saw the movie too. That was a big plus. Because
and you know it's funny now that you to circle back.
Literally,
to Avatar,
Nikki saw the movie right before me at the same theater.
Yeah, I don't even remember like the first like half hour of that movie.
Which
it was a little forgettable, bro.
For Avatar too.
The sad part, because the visuals are so distracting, which they're beautiful, but then also like I kind of forget some of the things that happened in the beginning of the movie. I'm like, but
wasn't it just a recap?
Hey, like, hey, I'm Jake. Now I live here, and these are my babies. And then the RDA shows up, or the humans show up, and then it's like, okay, moving on. That was pretty much it. It was a prologue.
It was. You haven't seen this for 13 years. Here's a recap. I
forget.
It was nice. Bro. I would have liked to see some of him more as the the leader for the Omaticaya people. Like I would have liked to see him actually be the leader in peacetime and see how he did with other tribes. Because like they all went together and fought the Sky people, and then it just no talk about the Sky people of the.
Stupid.
Why you gotta say it like indigenous too? The way
it has been many moons since we've seen the Sky people.
When we meet the Sand people.
Will we get sandworms like Dune? Like, is that the next creature they'll be
the desert people, the Mekataka-Kayan?
I don't.
Kukulkan.
I kept on saying that. I couldn't think about it. Like
tan Navis.
The real question is that
when will there be a Navi con?
I was gonna ask that. Xwing, would you ever cosplay as an avatar? You know you want to.
I love it, but like you'd be hard pressed to get me to like Star Wars cosplay. Not to mention like Avatar. That's way out the roster. I would go to NaviCon for sure all day, 100%. You want to paint my face blue or whatever? Like, yeah, sure, go nuts. But
yes, that's the joke her and I have about that stuff. I forget it because I'm gonna end up doing the same thing for Avatar. I will never remember. Well, maybe eventually I'll remember some of the tribes' names and stuff, but that's just nuts.
I've forgotten the tribes from the first movie because I'm trying to remember. We have the whatever people of the Eastern Plains and the cliff people of whatever that don't exist in this movie at all.
Yeah,
essentially,
like Pandora, none of the other tribes we went to for help were there to.
Yeah,
that is true too.
Dude, I don't think the Plains people would be a very interesting tribe. Like, hey, what do you guys do? Like, there's much grass for many miles. Like, cool.
How would Avatar sand people even look like? Beige?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like a beige, like a nice.
But so like, what would it be?
Caramel.
It's because it would be either falcon. It would either be falcons or like some type of horse or camel again or something like that. Like, you can't do a sandworm thing because that would just be weird and too much like Dune.
Well, you still, I mean, a flying dune worm. Come on.
A flying
Yeah.
Dune worm.
I'm
Or a flying
after all the
camel.
time we spent on Tatooine recently, like I don't want to see a desert ever again at this point.
Yes, that is true.
I will say, and I was gonna try and tell you, Xwing, there when you were at Hollywood Studios on Star Tours, there is an original trilogy only time where you get none of the sequels and none of the prequels.
I got stuck with the sequels when I went last time. I was so pissed.
So there's a certain time, there's 2 certain times a day where you're gonna get the original Trench Run. You're gonna get all of the original Star Tours of the way it was supposed to be before they changed it. And it's 7:00 p.m. and it's 2 p.m. Those 2
Couldn't
time
tell
frames.
me that the last time I was in Florida.
Yeah, but you can't choose.
First of all, you didn't tell me you were down until Jay told me to meet you in Epcot.
Oh,
So I didn't know you were there.
You followed all of my socials and knew that I was there.
I'm sorry.
Don't take him serious. Don't you apologize to this man.
Don't ever apologize.
By the way, the I'm sorry shirt is dropping tomorrow. There's going to be 2 versions of them.
Oh, look at you.
Someone told me I should just make a shirt about it. I say it enough. So there's an I'm sorry shirt now.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that'd be dope. Daisy Blossom's got it down like big spider, like desert spiders.
That would be
kinda
disgusting.
Snake would be cool.
Yeah, it'd give me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I don't like spiders.
Hey, Wicked.
Hi, Wicked.
What's up, Wicked?
Yeah.
Well,
She said hi
we
to you,
have.
bro. Sorry,
She said
just
hi to
kidding.
everyone.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But she called me by name, so.
I'm welcome. What did I do? You're
I
welcome.
don't
Oh yeah, you did say that you were the one that wanted the I'm sorry shirt. I forgot.
There you go.
Well, I think I took enough of these fine people time. Thank you all for joining, because I can see the text from my brother that his 2 kids are about to break something. So
break them
I
instead.
Yeah.
I will say thank you, Nicky Nicky, for coming on. Their links are in the description. Give them a follow, especially Nikki's Salty Inferno with her friend who is in the chat that I can't pronounce the name of, I don't think. Felicity
Don't you do that to her.
Pubella? All right, Pubella.
Pubell.
But there's an A. Oh, it's a Denis. Sorry.
Good Lord.
I've drank a little bit today. I had to deal with little kids. But I
was watching Small Children today, so I drank as much as I could.
Stop by the channel tomorrow. I'm going to go to Cocoa Beach. They have surfing Santas. I didn't know that. So that should be fun. I'll do a live stream.
With the weather, they'll still do that? It's going to be cold.
I don't know. They haven't canceled yet on the website, and I'm trying to get my watch hours up.
For here, I'm saying we have a freeze warning.
It's going to be like 71 tomorrow, guys.
It's going to be in
We're
the 30s.
staying in.
It's going to be in the 30s.
It's going to drop down to like 30 next week.
Really? Dude, that polar vortex is.
That's what I'm saying, dude. We're going to get have some sympathy for us.
I'm going to have to find stocks.
Here. Shut your mouth.
We got to deal with hurricanes and shit, and now we're going to deal with a freeze warning?
Well, I'm going to give you guys. I'm not. Well, I have surfed, but I'm not surfing.
He's a great guy, Andy. That's for sure.
Oh, thank you. It's other people judge how great you are.
He didn't buy me pot stickers in Epcot, so we've had a rocky relationship since then.
It's been up and down.
Well, I'm going to leave you with some words of Pandora Suvako to everyone, which, if you've been on Flight of Passage, means rise to the challenge. And don't be afraid to be fooled. Xwing, Nikki, do you have anything coming up that you'd like to share with everyone?
No, I'm not that important, but I'll be around.
Xwing looks like he's about to go to the bathroom.
No, I'm probably going to get in like a war with this freaking lady, Kathy Woods.
Well, and
so
everyone
check the
Twitters.
It's going to get.
Everyone check the Twitters. I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope everyone has a good New Year. If you have family in, be healthy, have fun, enjoy time with your family, enjoy time with whoever. And